You're listening to the story reading of the book The Fables of Kettie Pig by Louise van Gas, illustrated by Mindy Fleming. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and thumbs up for more videos like this. Chapter 3. Kettie Pig and Milo's Adventure. White is the paper, black is the ink. Kettie Pig sits and thinks. The quill writes, but where is its ink? Letters, numbers, full stops, and commas sink and drown. Wearing the yellow jacket is to being jealous. I understand absolutely nothing about the to-do list. Kettie scratches his head. Farmer is on a long postponed beach holiday in Margate, and he has given Kettie several assignments to complete. Farmer wrote everything out on an A4 exam pad. Kettie reads with great difficulty. The words are always a terrible challenge for him to read. Maybe Sheep can help me out with this. He scratches his head and looks over to Sheep. Sheep, come here quickly. I need you to please help me with my to-do list. Sheep glances at Kettie, but she is busy with the newborn chicks. One on the hip, two at her front legs, and the rest lying all cuddly and sleeping on the soft feather nest. Sheep volunteers to look after all 7 chicks for Ma Hen, while Ma Hen, who is tired, goes to rest. What now, Kettie? Sheep sounds despairing. Can you please help me out? I have to finish the to-do list before the night shift. What does Farmer wants me to do here? She shakes her head and rubs her chin with her hoof and thinks before she answers. Kettie, only on one condition. She glances at Kettie. That you will take Milo with you on the night shift. Kettie takes a deep breath and then exhales again. Why? Milo loves you, Kettie, and doing the night shift with you would be a great honor for him. Kettie scratches his head. Sheep, you know that Milo is not a watchdog. He is a house brat who is hyperactive and barks too much. Sheep smiles and thinks that Milo is a dear, cheerful puppy that Farmer bought for the children a few weeks ago at the pet shop in town. He is still so young, and she would like her friends to meet and work with Milo on the farm. There is a strange silence between the two of them. Kettie moves closer to Sheep, where she sits with the chicks. It sounds to me as if you're just a little jealous, Kettie. She chuckles softly. No, I'm not at all. Kettie scratches the ground in front of him with his hind leg. Oh, jeepers, he says reluctantly. Well, then I will. He hands over the to-do list and rolls his eyes, pursuing his lips. Sheep looks at the list. It's very simple, Kettie. I help you and you help me. Right. Kettie nods. Sheep helps him quickly through the to-do list. After a few minutes, Kettie says softly, not to let his grimness show. Let Milo know I'll take him to the border fence at 800 hours and no later than that. Sheep nods, smiling. Thank you, Kettie. You are a good friend. Kettie is sweating when the to-do list was finished. He just has to close the barn gate for the night and then wash, dress and eat before the night shift. When he gets to the barn gate, he runs into Goose and Rooster. They greet each other in a friendly way. Kettie, we hear that you and Milo are on night shift tonight. Goose and Rooster chuckles. Yes, says Kettie, who prefers not to say anything further about Milo. Everyone is raving about the active, thoroughbred Jack Russell. Strength, says Rooster, and looks at Kettie for a long time. Everyone knows that Kettie does the night shift alone. How can a man be serious with a hyperactive puppy all around him? Be serious, Kettie. Kettie frowns slightly. He must work, not play. Kettie sighs, puts on his sunglasses and says goodnight to his friends. They are probably walking home now with smiles on their faces. But just wait, I'll show them. After tonight, that Milo is a real soldier. He stomps off grumpily. Later in the afternoon, Kettie gets ready for the night shift. He eats, gets dressed, and grabs his slingshot. He walks to the boundary fence. He is there before 6 o'clock, and now he is waiting, too early. And he waits, and he waits, and he waits. No Milo in sight. Kettie looks at his watch. It's already past the meeting time. Milo is already 10 minutes late. He paces back and forth, and he feels his blood starts to boil. He is getting furious now. Milo is now going too far. Just as he is about to glance at his watch again, he sees Milo walking quietly far down the dirt road, trotting along in his own time. It is a cheerful, happy trot. No rush on his part, and he chases a butterfly. Goodness gracious, is now the time to get here? Before he gets an answer, Milo recklessly jumps into his arms. Kettie's legs give away and he thumples backwards, sitting down hard on his bottom. Kablaks, they fall down. Milo stands on top of Kettie's belly and gives Kettie several wet, rough tongue licking across his face. Kettie's sunglasses are completely crooked. Kettie actually wants to laugh, but holds it in because today he stands his ground. Oh no, Milo, you savage. Look at me now. He throws the brat off his body, straightens his sleeve with his hoof and wipes his face. Milo is obviously so excited to see Kettie. He is smiling from ear to ear. Kettie is his hero and he is the novice and will do everything Kettie says. His pink tongue hangs out. He breathes terribly fast, barks and jumps around on his hind legs. Too cute for words. Kettie stands up and wipes the dirt and grass off his clothes. His night shift clothes, mind you. He can't stand the brat. Maybe Kettie is just a little bit jealous because Milo will look after the farmhouse one of these days and then Kettie will just patrol the border fence. It's boring. Kettie puts his red bow tie in place and while he wipes his sunglasses with the bottom of his t-shirt, he thinks about what to say to the silly youngster Milo. All right, Milo, focus now and listen carefully to what I am telling you. Let's understand each other well tonight. Kettie cleared his throat. Stand still when I talk to you and just pay attention. If I talk to you, you listen. Do you understand? Kettie puts his sunglasses back and looks straight into Milo's busy black round eyes. I am the boss and you listen to me. I make the rules. You walk properly with me or you go home. Kettie clears his throat. Just as Kettie wants to continue talking, a stupid fat horsefly flies into his mouth. He coughs and snorts, blows his nose with his handkerchief and spits out the black thing. He takes a few seconds, straightens himself up and looks again at the puppy standing in front of him, wagging his tail. It was probably the first time for a few seconds that Milo stood still in front of him and watched how the horsefly flew into his mouth. But as they say, dogs forget in a split second that something went wrong. Milo is a busy fellow and his eyes can't stay in one place either. He's always looking around. Do you hear what I'm saying, Milo? Kettie is grumpy with the Milo. Milo nods as his long tongue hangs out again. His breath smells of canned dog food and his tail can't stop waving. He stands at attention and anything Kettie says, he does. Alright, why are you so late? Always remember, if you want to be involved with security on the farm, there's no time for latecomers. You hear? Milo nods. Milo, explain why are you so late? Milo bashfully begins to explain, but is so besides himself that he begins to stammer. Calm down and take a deep breath before you speak again. It can annoy Kettie to the end that he stutters like that. Milo was late because he wandered off just a little bit along the way, and he had to run so far from the north of the farm to here in the east. So many excuses. I have never been as far as the border fence, Mr. Kettie. Oh, jeepers! Kettie shakes his head, but can also see the excitement of the night shift is doing something for this Jack Russell. Kettie suddenly has an ominous thought. Trouble is looming. He quietly rights himself against a shudder at the thought of something going wrong. Come on now, walk after me. Milo is full of excitement. First, the border fence must be patrolled. Do you hear, Milo? Kettie gets exasperated when the puppy just don't listen to what he says. Milo wanders off and it's going to be a struggle. Milo just can't follow the rules. He sniffs around, scratches here and there in the ground. Kettie has an idea. He sits down on a log under a large oak tree and tells Milo to march in one place. Now is Kettie's chance to catch a little nap because it is a wonderful idea. Good exercise for Milo and it will keep him busy for a while. Kettie spits the blade of grass out of his mouth. Milo also spits a pretend blade of grass out of his mouth and immediately starts marching. No race horse can keep up. He has far too much excess energy. Kettie shakes his head. Milo, wake me up if there's trouble. I expect the baboons are going to run amok tonight. What? Who are the baboons? Don't worry. Just wake me up if you see strange creatures appear in the veld. He moves his bulky body off the log and now lays against it. Then he tries to sneak his body underneath the log to lie hidden. If Sheep knew what he was doing with dumb Milo, she would kill him right away. But she's not here now. He closes his eyes for a while to take a nap. Then it happens. Kettie falls asleep and only wakes up when it is too late. Milo? Milo has vanished and now Kettie is in trouble. He jumps up and struts himself down on the boundary fence. He jumps up and struts up and down the boundary fence, but Milo is nowhere to be seen. Kettie is scared stiff and white in the face. What have I started now? If something were to happen to Milo, I would never forgive myself. Milo, where are you? He keeps calling and is getting really distressed. His plan has now gone horribly awry. The field around him is so dead silent and he only hears night sounds. The owl in the tree hoots and the crickets chirp. Kettie stands with his forepaws on his side and thinks, where can he be? Milo has disappeared like magic. That's about it now, Kettie. Just when he's about to give up, he hears barking not far from him. He listens attentively, his ears picked. He smells in the air with his big snout. Milo? No answer. Kettie thinks of the herd of baboons that day. They came along the fence at night and make trouble with the farmer's fruit trees. They will hurt little Milo if they find him here next to the fence, and then it will be over for the pup. There's the barking again. It sounds like Milo is chasing something and it's not coming smoothly. Kettie trots in the direction of the barking. It's getting louder and louder. He stands on a large rock to see better. Taking out his flashlight, he shines it back and forth. Maybe Milo will see the light. Kettie's front legs drop down by his sides. He doesn't know what to do anymore. Milo doesn't appear. His heart beats in his chest and he is afraid that the baboons have taken Milo to the camp. His eyes well up with tears. Even as he tries to smell Milo's dark scent in the air, something horribly must have happened. Just as he is about to walk home and tell his friends that news, he hears a rustle in the long grass across the fence. It looks to Kettie like a dark spiritual form gliding towards him through the moonlit grass. The grass is moving, but he can't make out what it is. He stops and stretches his thick big head, neck upwards to see better. He slowly takes his slingshot from his neck, gets the stone from the trouser pocket, pressed it into the cow's skin and pulled the rabbit sinew tight. He lets the pallet loose straight at the spirit form in the root of the long grass. "Wait, Kettie, slowly, here he comes. Wait, says Kettie underneath his breath. Kettie stares for a long time and then he relaxes his grip on the slingshot. He wipes his wet eyes with his paw and breathes a sigh of relief. His little dark pig eyes blink 2 or 3 times. "Milo?" A long silence follows and then Milo jumps lightly fast into Kettie's front legs. Kettie sits down on the ground. Milo gives Kettie soaking wet licks with his rough tongue and nips at him playfully. He is so glad to see Kettie. Kettie tickles him, rubs and smooths him. He is so delighted and relieved to see the hyperactive brat, even though his breath stinks of tinned dog food. "Milo, my dear black-eyed friend, I'm so sorry. Forgive me." Kettie hugs Milo tightly against his round belly. Milo is a dear, cute little dog who likes other animals very much. Milo enjoys the moment of being embraced by Kettie to the full. "Milo, where have you been? What happened to you?" He looks down into the busy eyes of the lively little Jack Russell. "Kettie, when you were sleeping I saw them." "Who are they, Milo?" Kettie looks at him with saucer eyes. "Kettie, the baboons." Kettie's mouth hangs open. He is so surprised that Milo saw the baboons. "I must have told you about the scoundrels," shouted Kettie. "And then, what did you do with them?" "I chased them. What else? There was no time to even wake you up. I had to do something about the situation at hand." They were about to jump over the fence when I was on them. I took a big bite out of the one shark's paw. But you know, Kettie, the stinky paw didn't taste good at all. Kettie smiled softly and pressed the busy little body tightly against his belly. "Milo, I don't think they will return anytime soon. Come, let's walk home. Then I'll pour you a warm mug of milk to drink." Kettie knows very well that the baboons did not expect Milo at all, and he hopes that they will understand that there is now a guard dog here on this farm. At the farm gate, he meets his 3 friends on the way to the pen. "Hi everyone, glad to see you before bedtime. You'll never guess what happened earlier tonight. I'm so proud of our brave Milo." "Hello Kettie and Milo," greet Sheep, Goose and Rooster sleepily. Milo chased the baboons like crazy. Without my permission, he chased them so far away from the farm that I suspect those scoundrels won't come near the boundary fence again for months. The 3 friends look at each other in surprise. "Goodness gracious, young man, what is Kettie telling us now?" says Sheep, and they pat him lovingly on his back. "Kettie, go drink a nice hot mug of milk. You deserve it, and then we'll talk tomorrow. It's not time for the day shift to go to bed. Milo, we are also very proud of you, and the night shift hasn't even started yet," says she proudly. "Milo, you have proven to yourself that you can help with security. Let's go drink our milk quickly. The evening is far from over. Well done, Milo." Every dog has its day. Everyone will be successful or lucky at some time in their life. Teach your puppy to sit.